like this setup. I think it's cute. I'm going to have to figure out the mic situation because right now, if you were to see what it looks like, you would probably be like, it looks fucking crazy. I'm going to take a picture and show you. Honestly, kind of cool that I was able to just like put this together. And I'm sitting on a pillow. The lighting? I'm liking it. I don't know why I'm like this, but I am hunched over 99.9% of the time. Girl, please. You're going to fucking die. Look, just doing what we can do. You feel me? We ain't trying to do too much. So right now what I'm doing is cleaning my face with this right here. I had a pretty good day today. I chilled at home. I have gone back to not waking up on time and not feeling like light and like ready to go about my day in the mornings. Like I'm back to feeling super groggy in the mornings. And I know it's because I'm literally not going to bed on time. It is 1:15 in the morning. I should be in bed. I should have already slept at least 2 hours. Like I shouldn't be doing this, but my sleep has been off. I have not been prioritizing my sleep. It's been bad. And I know that is exactly why I don't feel good in the morning. But it is what it is, right? Am I right? L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 410. That has been my go-to for at least a year now. The title of this video, I quit my job to do YouTube. It's a little bit clickbaity, but it's the honest truth. Obviously not my corporate job. You know that, like I have, like that is my bread and butter, like I'm not leaving that job unless they like fire me. And if that happens, we're gonna have to figure something out, right? But I had a part-time job at a department store. I liked it. I've always been somebody that when I start to feel like a little depressed, instead of trying to figure out that problem and really think through, okay, what am I missing? Why do I feel like this? Instead, I like to fill that time with another job. So I have always had like part-time jobs here and there, even though I've always had a full-time job. During the summer, I decided to get this part-time job at this department store because I was starting to feel a little funny. And my little sister was about to go back to college. And when she comes for the summer, and I was living back at my mama's house. When she comes for the summer, I feel like I've got like a little buddy with me. Like she keeps me like great company. We were playing pickleball all the time. We were like, just like having fun. And I started to think, she's got to go back to college here soon. I'm probably going to feel a little funny when she leaves. So to not have that hit me as harsh, I decided to, while she was still here, get a part-time job. So I did. I got the part-time job at a department store at our local mall. And honestly, I loved it. I met wonderful, wonderful ladies that work there. And I honestly became friends with a few of them. Overall, the job was easy. It's getting the hang of a lot of like different things, policies, like requirements, like metrics. Like honestly, it was awesome. And I've never been one to be afraid to work a job. Like I am a hardworking person. I really am. I really am. And honestly, I was getting a really good discount at this job. Like, great discount. I was buying myself like apparel for like my corporate job, dress pants. I bought myself perfume, which is like something weird that I got into. I thought, well, why not? Like, right now that I have this discount, I'm going to take advantage of it. And, anyway, anywho, I enjoyed it. It was great. Time continued like that. She left to college and I kept working my little part-time job, and it was working out, and it was like fine. I was doing okay, but I did start to get a little tired of not having much free time, and I just felt like I started to kind of get bored with the job. They also moved me from a certain department that I used to work at to a different department that I didn't really enjoy, and I wasn't with like the people that I was used to being around. So the dynamic really changed. And then now they were asking me to come in earlier than what I was really able to for my corporate job. I had to ask my manager if I could get off earlier on certain days to make it to this part-time job, which they were cool with. But just the dynamic changed a lot. And it's really like a whole story time. Like, I probably need to tell this story because I really thought that I was going to have to sue somebody because I felt very, very wronged. But anyway, during all that is when I decided to leave home and get this beautiful apartment that I live in now. And when I moved in here, I no longer felt like I needed to have that part-time job because I feel good being on my own, having my own space, because back at home, I just felt like I didn't have my space. I felt like I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do, like cook and clean, and like I just felt like I couldn't be me living with my mother. I don't know if that's just the me thing. I don't know if it's some kind of like a childhood trauma. I don't know. I didn't feel too good living at home. My mental health was not good at home. So when I moved out, I maintained my part-time job. The dynamic changed a little bit at the part-time job, but I no longer felt like I needed to have that part-time job to keep like my serotonin levels, going. And I kept going back and forth like, do I quit? Do I not quit? Like, what do I do? Like, I don't want to quit if there's not a reason to not quit, Like, I wanted it to be the right thing to do. And it was after Thanksgiving. It was, I think, the day after Thanksgiving. Was it? No, it was not Black Friday. Was it? Yeah, I quit on them on Black Friday. But basically, I I got up that Friday and I didn't know if I was going to go to work or not. I didn't know. Like, I didn't know. I think I had to go in at 5:30 was my start time, and I didn't know. But I just, woke up, started doing my own thing, you know, whatever, going on about my life, doing my thing. And the time kept creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. And I had to make a choice. Like, what do I do? Do I go? Do I text them? Do I call out today? What do I need to do? And it became 4, and then it was like 4:30, and then it was 5, and then my start time right 5:30. I didn't go. But I think honestly I was just so exhausted of any time that I had time to just sit and enjoy this apartment and enjoy my life and enjoy living here and being here. Like, I couldn't, because I either was having to work at the part-time job, work at my regular corporate job, or go see my family, because of course you can't forget about your family when you're Latino. Like, you have to go and visit every other day. I felt like I wasn't really like even enjoying my life, and so that same day I was like, okay, if you're not going to have this part-time job, like you can't just like not like do anything, because you're probably going to go back into feeling depressed, because I know how I am. And if I am not constantly doing something, I will get this itch in my body. Oh my gosh, like you're not you're not doing what you need to be doing. Like I don't know, it's so weird. Like I have to have a task or something, right? And I thought you've always wanted to give like this YouTube thing a try. You've always wanted to. Like you have bought all the equipment to do it. Like and I said, well, if I do quit this department store job and I just put all that time and energy into doing this, trying to post on YouTube, not for anything in particular, but just to post on YouTube because I've always wanted to do that. Always. So that is when I decided that that is what I was going to do. That, yeah, I had decided that I was kind of done with this part time job, but that instead of, working that job, I was just going to focus my time and energy into posting on YouTube. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm super excited for it. So essentially, you could say that I quit my part time job to do YouTube. I know that's extremely clickbaity and super like, no, girl, you did not quit your job to do YouTube. At this time of me recording, I'm not necessarily sure what my channel name really is. I think I have some ideas. I'm not necessarily sure about my niche, but I know that I want to focus on my health and losing weight and keeping me accountable and talking about my corporate job and how that's going and being a young leader and talking about that. And there's a lot of things that I want to get into, right, and talk about and maybe help out some people because honestly, I have done really good for myself given the limited amount of education that I have. Still am struggling with like the technology part of it all, right? So like I'm not the best at like video editing and I'm not the best at like just simple things that you would think are like so easy. I am struggling with like if it's like syncing audio from this device to that device or getting a different shot, like I am struggling with simple things like that. Like it's not easy, but I have the time, I have the space, I have the energy to take it one step at a time and do this the right way because I have always, 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 always wanted to do YouTube. Even if it was like for something extremely like silly, like just to document my life or just to learn how to use these cool gadgets, right? Like the cameras and the microphones and the like I just want to learn. I don't know, it seems like such a cool like hobby or task and I've always wanted to do it, but I've always felt like a big O fucking like hypocrite or like imposter, like that imposter syndrome is like always like coming back and saying like, why are you doing this? Like, do you think you're some crazy YouTuber? Like, you know what I mean? That like weird feeling of like, I'm not this person. Why am I doing this? You know what I mean? But like, why am I thinking like that? I think it's this weird fear of like, what are people gonna think? Or like, also, when I tried to do this years back when I was living with my ex, I felt like maybe he was judging me, like, oh, what does she think she is? Or like, I don't know. And maybe he wasn't. And actually, I don't think he really was. But like, you just feel like that, you know? Like, what am I doing? Like, what do I want out of this? And truly, you don't even want anything. You just want to do this thing that you've always wanted to do, and you don't really have an end goal, you know? But you get discouraged because the technology is hard. You get discouraged because if you post something like you're sitting there critiquing yourself, or you hate the sound of your voice, or your face looks like how you, I don't know, or you turned a certain way and the angle was horribly bad, and you're going to think that everybody thinks you're like ugly as fuck. And it's just very overwhelming. But since I was like 14 years old or younger, so I remember like 12, 13, I think 13, like I have always watched YouTube. Like I remember Graveyard Girl, Shane Dawson, like the Leave Britney Alone dude, Chris Crocker. Like I remember just like fangirling about YouTubers. Like it, you know what I mean? Always. And I've always been so intrigued by it. And again, not because I want to be them, but because like I think the whole idea of filming something, filming a piece of your life and then sharing it, like it is just something that like calls my attention. More than anything, it calls my attention, and I want to give it a try, even if it's just for me. And throughout the years, like that little itch, I keep like wanting to itch it, and I'll itch it and I'll tell myself, "No, this time I'm going to try. No, this time I'm really going to do something. No, I tried it last time, but this time," and I keep doing that. I keep doing that a lot. And through all those processes, I have bought cameras, I have bought lights, I have bought mics, I have bought a computer, I have bought a roadcaster. Like I have the equipment, okay? I have enough equipment to create some videos and throw them up on a YouTube channel, okay? And that's ridiculous. Like if truly I wanted to do this and put some videos online, I would just do it on my phone, on my iPhone, and see where that takes me, and then cool. But I have the full equipment as if I was some pro YouTube lady. Like just because this itch, this hobby, this pull, I feel it so hard and I want it so bad because I want to have this skill, or I want to get my thoughts out there, or maybe I want to build a community, or maybe I want to know that maybe some people hear me out, or whatever it may be. I feel it. I want to do it. And I think now it's different. I feel different because I'm in my own space. There is no one to judge me. You know, it is just my four walls, my apartment, my home. The only person that can think I'm silly is me, and I don't think I'm that silly. I'm going to give it a go. I'm excited to give it a go. I have all the equipment, like I said. I've got time because I've quit my part time job, right? But one thing that I don't want to do, that I have done before, is I do not want to burn myself out, because I've done that before. I'll start thinking really big, like, oh, I want to post this, or I want to do something like that, or and I'll burn myself out on the idea or the thought of this hobby. And I'll do so much but really get nowhere. You know what I mean, when you're just running but you're not getting anywhere? Yeah, I feel that sometimes. And I just don't want to do that. So really I just want to take it slow. I want to take it slow and do as much as I can a little at a time, you know? And I have all the time in the world, and I'm going to be patient with myself. I think this little setup is absolutely awesome. I think I did a fantastic job. I hate to say that, right? But I think it looks really good. I'm proud of myself. Once long ago, I attempted to a YouTube channel. I think I posted like 2 or 3 videos, something like that. And my boyfriend at the time, I asked him, I showed him to him and I said, "What do you think about, like, what do you think? Like any tips, or like what do you think, right?" And he said, "Oh, I don't like how you move your hands. Like everything's fine, but like just like the movement of your hands, like it's kind of creeping me out," or whatever he said. And I thought I had done such a good job. Like I even made the camera like be a certain way. I created an overview shot or whatever the fuck. Like I edited my intro. I had an outro. I was so excited to show that to him, but instead of like being like, "Oh yeah, great. Hey, looks awesome." It was like, "Your hands. Everything's good, but your hands." And then I think I didn't post again. Because when you're really passionate about something and like you share that with someone like that you care about, right? Like I think that judgment, like you're already judging yourself kind of hard. So to hear that from someone else, it's like that confirmation of, what the fuck do I think I'm doing? I knew it. Like, this is stupid. You know what I mean? So I think I stopped posting. That was one of my attempts. But now it's like, no, I can move my arms however I need, however I want. I'm done with my makeup. I do very simple makeup, okay? Very simple makeup. I will stop rambling and rambling and rambling. I really say all of this to just say that I'm really excited to be back on it. And I'm really excited to learn how to operate this camera that I'm staring at and how to properly use this microphone and sync the audio together. I'm just excited. I'm excited to be here on YouTube. I'm excited to post. More than anything, I'm just really excited. I'm really excited about life and where I'm going and what I'm doing. If you'd like to follow my little journey, my little YouTube journey, stick around. I am going to be focusing on weight loss, not just weight loss, but eating healthy, and not just weight loss, but also working on my fitness, which would mean like focusing on toning up or just being strong, that kind of thing. But I do want to lose like 50 pounds. I know that's kind of crazy, maybe 40. I don't know. So that and just different things. I also want to talk about career and where I'm at. I am a young leader, so I am a assistant manager in my corporate job right now, and I take that very serious. And I love my job, and there's hard days and there's easy days, and I would love to talk about all of that. And honestly, I want to talk about reaching my goals and making a plan and actually getting there. I feel like making these videos will hold me accountable. Maybe if I fail, I can go back and look and see, well, you documented all of this. What were you doing, or what were you thinking during this time, Do you ever like go through your phone and you look at a picture and you can think exactly what you were going through or what you were thinking or what kind of feelings you felt around that time? Well, if you have, like, I think I want these videos to be that for me. I want to be able to say, "Oh, when I made that video, I thought about this certain thing in this way." If I failed, What can I change about it? If I succeeded, wow, great. Like, look at I did it, you know? I'm really excited. Stick around. Next upload will be tomorrow. So what I plan to do is podcasts on Monday, vlogs on Tuesday, and a weekly recap on Thursday. I know that is very, very, very optimistic and sounds like I'm destined for a burnout, but I will take it one step at a time. And if I can't upload on the days that I said I want to upload, I won't. But I won't give up and I'll keep going. And you'll hold me accountable because you'll tell me. And if I can't make one of the days, I'm going to be okay with it. I'm going to be fine. But that is my goal. And I at least want to get closer to my goal every single day. So, with that being said, again, subscribe, follow me, follow the journey. If you want to start something yourself, please do it with me. This is something that I've always wanted to do since I was a little girl. Honestly, half my age. What am I, 28? What's half of 28? 14. Yep. Since I was 14, I've wanted to do this. It's time. And if there's something that you've always wanted to do, it's time. Do it with me. If it's losing weight, kind of like what I want to do it with me. I'll share some recipes. You talk to me. Hey, upload videos or talk to me or follow me on social medias. Whatever. I'm just really excited. Okay. So with that being said, I need to say goodbye. So bye and see you on the next one.